welcome. My name is Carla and my pronouns are she, her. And this is a line and flow class, so level 2. With that being said, you'll always know your body better than I will, so please add, subtract, and modify as needed. Stay longer in a pose if you want to, stay shorter in a pose. You can take child's pose for half an hour. Just know that I celebrate your choices, so please proceed accordingly. We'll have 2 blocks and a blanket here for class today. If you grab them already or if you need to grab them, go ahead. And then we'll just come into a seat together. We're coming into some heart openers today. And I've been going through this meditation from Thich Nhat Hanh recently, and there's this wonderful part about flowers where he speaks about flowers, and you repeat to yourself that I am a flower, I am fresh, and just thinking of like the heart opening like a flower. That visual to me is really lovely, and that we can, close our hearts, and if we lose water and we need to add some water, and then it just freshens back up. So just thinking about that in your life as we go through class today. And we'll just begin in a comfortable seat, whatever that looks like to you. You can be seated cross-legged. You can sit on your knees. If you want to bring some blocks under your knees, you're welcome to. Just finding anywhere that's comfortable to sustain for a moment. You can also bring blocks under the hands. And then finding some quietude, finding a place for your gaze. It could be just right in front of you here. Noticing the legs of light and shadow. Connecting to one point for your focal points. If it feels okay in your body, you're welcome to close your eyes here. Whatever is feeling most comfortable to you right now. Remembering that everything here is an option. And just checking in with the breath here, noticing the breath in the body. And an invitation to repeat the following mantra to yourself as you breathe in and out. Breathing in, I see myself as a flower. Breathing out, I feel fresh. Breathing in, I see myself as a flower. Breathing out, I feel fresh. Breathing in, I see myself as a flower. Breathing out, I feel fresh. Continuing with your breath at your pace. Continuing with the mantra, really noticing the feeling in the body, imagining what it feels like to be a flower opening, blossoming and blooming. We'll take 3 more breaths here wherever you are, going at your own pace, at your own time. And after your 3rd exhale is complete, we'll bring our hands into Anjane Mudra at heart center, palms together, thumbs to the sternum. And we'll breathe in deeply for 3 ohms together. Breathing in. hands, blinking your eyes open if they were closed. And here, we'll just start with some gentle shoulder rolls. Bring your shoulders up towards your ears and then back down behind you, coming forward and up. And breathing here. Your hands can be on your knees or they can just be alongside the body, yogi's choice. Or wherever else feels right for you in this moment. Just noticing what's going on. Accepting this range of motion as it is right now. As you're ready, we'll reverse the circles, going the opposite way, bringing the shoulders up to the ears and forward and down, coming to the back. Noticing any differences. Wherever you are, you're breathing, inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the nose. Beautiful, friends. And here we'll bring ourselves into stillness and we'll walk our right fingers out to the right side here, rounding through that palm. We'll bring our left arm up and over the ear, coming into a side bend. You can bend through that right elbow, reaching long through that left arm, and then grounding through the left hip here. Inhaling, we'll come up through center, bringing both arms to the side. Exhaling, coming up and over to the other side, reaching. Inhaling here. And then exhaling, we're going to bring our hands in front of you, just crawling your way over to the first side again. Right hand comes towards the ground, left arm sweeps up and over, grounding through that left sitting bone. On your next inhale, coming up through center, exhaling opposite side, inhaling here, growing long. And exhaling, coming through center. And then one more time each side, grounding through that right hand. Left arm reaches right and up and over the ear. Inhaling through center, exhaling down, going at your own pace, at your own time. And then the next time we bring our hands through center, we'll bring our hands back towards ourselves and we'll locate our strap. So finding your strap here, we'll bring our strap into our hands relatively wide. And before we get started here, just checking in with the lower ribs. So noticing the lower ribs in the body. And just as we're going through these motions of bringing our arms up and over, our ribs will want to fly out and we're going to just hold them down here. So just concentrating on that. As you're ready, we'll inhale, bringing our arms up to the sky. Exhaling, bringing them back behind. Inhaling, coming up. And exhaling, coming forward. Beautiful, friends. Inhaling up. Exhaling, coming behind. Going with your own breath at your own pace. If this feels like a lot, you can always bring your hands wider on the strap. And if you feel like you have a little more room, you can bring your hands closer together. Continuing with your breath at your pace. Beautiful, friends. Whichever side you're on, just making it the last one here. Oh, and then giving the shoulders a little shake to let go here. And then bringing both sides of the buckle into the right hand. We'll pin that hand down on the ground. And then we'll bring our left arm up and over. And then opening it, the elbow can be bent here, grounding through that right arm very strongly. Bring that arm back behind, breathing into the front of the pec here. Inhaling deeply. Exhaling, staying. Staying for one more inhale, opening the heart. And then exhaling, coming up through center. Staying for an inhale. And then switching the side that the strap is on, bringing the strap down to the left side, reaching up through that left arm, and then bringing it back behind a bit. Inhaling here. And staying through the exhale, grounding through that bottom hand. Maybe you're looking up, inhaling. And exhaling. On your next inhale, we'll come up through center. And we'll keep both sides of the buckle in this hand here. We're going to bring our right arm out to the right here, flipping the palm towards the back, and then bringing the palm up the back, so coming up the spine, and I'll just flip to show y'all. So bringing that hand up the spine, and then your opposite arm is going to come up towards the side of the head. And then bending into that elbow and just grabbing the other side of the strap here. So you're here. Your back of your head is coming into your arm here. Your top elbow, the left elbow reaching towards the sky. The bottom elbow can be snuggling into the wrist here, releasing from the front of the shoulder on the right side. Breathing here, inhaling. And exhaling. Staying here if this feels great. And if you'd like to come further on your next exhale, just folding in, keeping your head aligned, pressing back into the arm. Staying here for a few more breaths wherever you are. And coming up through center, releasing that, giving your shoulders a shake. And coming into the second side. So as you're ready, we'll take that strap in the right hand. Left arm will come out to the side, flipping the palm. Bring that palm up the back, bring the elbow snugging into the waist. And then bringing that right arm up alongside, bending into the elbow, grabbing the strap here. You're always welcome to take the hands if that feels safe in your body. Bringing that upper elbow towards the sky, reaching through that right armpit, bringing the back of the head into the hand here, into the arm. Breathing here, staying here if you'd like to come forward a little bit. Holding in a little, inhaling here. And staying for the exhale. One more just like that. Beautiful, friends. Making your way back up, making your way out. Giving your shoulders a little shake and a shimmy here. And we'll make our way onto all fours here. You can pad your knees with a blanket. So hands coming under the shoulders, knees under the wrists, coming through a couple cat-cows. Inhaling, hips come towards the sky, looking up, belly towards the ground. Exhaling, rounding in, belly towards the spine. Looking towards the navel, continuing with your breath here. Exhaling as you curl in. Inhaling, lengthening the front body. Maybe you're pulling back isometrically with your hands. Exhale, maybe you're pushing into your hands. 3 more breaths here at your pace, at your time. After your third exhale is complete, not borrowing anyone's hurry, we'll make our way to a neutral spine. And we'll tuck our toes here, lifting our hips up and back, downward facing dog. So coming into the first downward dog of this practice together. An invitation to bend into one knee and then the other. An invitation to bump the hips a little side to side, just waking up the hamstrings here. Wrapping your outer armpits towards the ground, and then from that area extending into your hands. Rounding through all the knuckles on the hands, and then rolling those thumbprints forward just a little. Breathing here, inhaling deeply. And exhaling completely. One more breath here, just like that. And then bringing your feet towards each other at the back of the mat. We're going to slowly walk towards the front of the mat, one footprint at a time. Making your way into a forward fold at the top of the mat as you're ready. When you get there, letting your head hang heavy, maybe shaking your head yes and no. You can always have a generous bend in the knees here. Grounding through the toes, the heels, the inner edges and the outer edges of the feet. You're welcome to take opposite elbows and sway side to side here. Beautiful, friends. As you're ready, bring your hands towards the ground. And on an inhale, bending deeply into the knees, we're going to slowly roll up one vertebra at a time, making our way into a standing position, coming slowly, letting the head come last. Oh, beautiful, friends. So we'll come through a few half salutations to just set the breath here. So bring your hands to heart center in Anjane Mudra. And now we're going to talk about all four sides of the heart here. So on an inhale, we'll lift our arms up and out, coming from the sides of the heart here, extending. And exhaling, forward fold, bringing the back of the heart towards the earth. On an inhale, we'll extend our spine halfway, shoulders on the back, heart coming forward. And then exhaling, folding in back of the heart towards the earth. Inhale, rooting to rise, coming all the way up, sides of the heart coming towards the sky. And exhaling, hands to heart center. Beautiful, friends. One more just like that. Inhaling, arms coming out and up. Sides of the heart towards the sky. Exhaling, back of the heart towards the earth. Folding in. Inhaling, extending the spine halfway. Front of the heart shines forward, looking forward. Exhaling, folding in. Beautiful. Inhaling, we'll root to rise. Sides of the heart coming towards the sky. And exhaling, hands to heart center. We'll move on from here. So adding on, inhaling, arms coming out and up. Exhaling, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhaling, extending. This time we'll bring our arms back, palms towards the sky. And then exhaling, folding in. We'll step back to a downward facing dog. On an inhale here, you can always stay in down dog if that feels great to you. Otherwise, inhaling, coming forward into your plank, shoulders over the wrists. Exhaling, knees, chest, and chin to the ground. Untucking the toes here, coming forward, cobra pose, Bhujangasana. Exhaling, we'll come back into a child's pose here. Staying for one breath, inhaling deeply. And exhaling completely. Inhale, lifting up through all fours. And then tucking the toes, lifting the hips up and back, downward facing dog. 3 breaths here, inhaling deeply. And exhaling completely. Inhaling deeply, filling the lungs. And exhaling completely. One more breath just like that. And on your next inhale, we'll lift our right leg straight up back behind. Exhaling, stepping forward, low lunge. Back knee coming to the earth, rising up, Anjaneyasana, inhaling. And then exhaling, hands come to the earth, stepping forward, forward fold, top of the mat. And then inhale, we'll extend our spine halfway, looking forward. Arms coming back. Beautiful. And then exhaling, folding in. Inhaling, coming all the way up, leading from the sides of the heart. Exhaling, hands to heart center. Inhaling, arms out and up. And exhaling, forward fold. Back of the heart coming towards the earth. Inhaling, extending the spine. Bring your palms back, arms back. Exhaling, folding in. Bring your left foot back. We'll drop the back knee. Rising up, Anjaneyasana, inhaling. Exhaling, hands coming to the ground. Stepping back, plank pose. Coming into downward dog. You're always welcome to skip these. Otherwise, inhaling forward. Exhaling, knees, chest, and chin to the ground. Untucking the toes, inhaling, cobra pose. Exhaling, we'll come through all fours. Inhaling here. And exhaling, downward facing dog. Breathing here, inhaling deeply. And exhaling completely. Inhaling deeply, filling the lungs. And exhaling, allowing release. One more breath just like that at your pace, at your time. And on your next inhale, we'll bring our left leg straight up back behind. On our exhale, we'll step between the hands, low lunge. Back knee coming to the earth, rising up, Anjaneyasana, inhaling. Exhaling, hands to the ground, stepping forward, forward fold, top of the mat. Inhaling, extending the spine halfway, arms come back. And exhaling, folding in. Inhaling, rooting to rise, coming all the way up to stand. And exhaling, hands to your beautiful hearts. Inhaling, arms coming out and up. Exhaling, forward fold. Inhaling, extending the spine halfway, arms coming back. Exhale, folding in, right foot will come back, low lunge. Back knee coming to the earth, rising up, Anjaneyasana, inhale, heart towards the sky. Exhaling, hands to the ground, stepping back, plank pose, skip it if you're done with them. Inhaling forward, exhaling, knees, chest, and chin coming to the earth. Inhaling, cobra pose. Exhaling, coming back through all fours. Inhaling here. Exhaling, lifting the hips up and back, downward facing dog. 3 breaths here, inhaling deeply. And exhaling completely. Inhaling deeply, filling the lungs. And exhaling, allowing release. One more breath here at your pace, at your time. And after your exhale is complete, we'll inhale, lifting your right leg straight up back behind. Exhaling, stepping between the hands, low lunge. Back knee comes to the earth, rising up, Anjaneyasana, inhaling. Exhaling, we'll cactus the arms. So blooming open like a flower with the heart here, elbows forward, hands back, inhale here. And then exhaling, rounding in, hands come towards each other. 2 more just like that, inhaling, blossoming open. Exhaling, rounding in. 1 more here, inhaling. And exhaling. Inhaling, arms come up. And exhaling, stepping forward, forward fold, top of the mat. Inhaling, extending your spine halfway. And exhaling, folding in. Inhaling, coming all the way up to stand, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhaling, hands to heart center, Samasthiti. Beautiful, friends. Inhaling, arms out and up. Exhaling, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, extending Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, left leg will come back, low lunge. Back knee comes to the ground, rising up, Anjaneyasana, inhale. Exhaling, hands to the ground, stepping back, plank pose. Inhaling, coming forward. Exhaling, this time we're going to come all the way to the ground in one shape, keeping your elbows in, untucking the toes here. We'll bring our hands alongside the body and then grounding through the pelvis. On an inhale, we're going to lift through the legs, through the heart, through the arms. Looking forward, Shalabhasana, locust pose. Breathing here, inhaling. Exhaling, letting it go. Inhaling, hands coming to the lower ribs. Tucking the toes here. On an inhale, you can push up through your plank pose. And exhaling, downward facing dog. Breathing here, inhaling deeply. And exhaling completely. Inhaling deeply, filling the lungs. And exhaling, inviting release. One more breath just like that here. Inhaling. And exhaling. When your next inhale comes in, we'll lift our left leg straight up back behind. Exhaling, stepping between the hands, low lunge. Back knee comes to the earth, rising up, Anjaneyasana, inhaling. Exhaling, cactusing the elbows. Elbows come forward, hands come back, inhaling, opening the heart. And then exhaling, rounding in. Inhaling, blossoming open. And then exhaling, rounding. One more just like that, inhaling. Exhaling, rounding in, hands together. Inhaling, rising the hands. And then exhale, hands to the ground, stepping forward, forward fold, top of the mat. When you get there, inhaling, Ardha Uttanasana, hands come back. Exhaling, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, coming all the way up to stand, looking up, stretching up. And exhaling, hands to your beautiful hearts. On an inhale, bring our arms out and up. Exhaling, forward fold. Inhaling, extending your spine halfway. Arms coming back, I keep forgetting. Exhaling, folding in. Stepping your right foot back. Back knee comes to the earth, rising up. Anjaneyasana, inhaling. Exhaling, hands to the ground, stepping back, plank pose. Inhaling here, bring your shoulders forward. Exhaling, lowering all the way to the ground, keeping your elbows glued to your ribs as best you can. And then bringing your hands back behind. Inhaling, coming up Shalabhasana, looking through the arms, legs, grounding through the pelvis, looking up. Exhaling, coming down. Hands coming to the low ribs here, and tucking the toes. Inhaling, pushing up through plank. And exhaling, downward facing dog. 3 breaths here, inhaling deeply. And exhaling completely. Inhaling deeply, filling the lungs. And exhaling, letting go. One more breath here, at your own pace, at your own time. Beautiful, friends. All right, last round of Surya Namaskaras. First side, inhaling, right leg up behind. Exhaling, stepping forward. Back knee comes to the earth, rising up Anjaneyasana. Inhale. Exhaling, blooming the arms out to a cactus. Inhaling, opening the heart. And then exhaling, rounding in. Inhaling, opening. And exhaling, rounding. Inhaling, opening. And exhaling, rounding. Inhaling, arms towards the sky. Exhaling, hands toward the ground. Stepping forward, forward fold, top of the mat. Inhaling, extending your spine halfway. Exhaling, folding. Inhale, coming all the way up to stand, looking up, stretching up. And exhaling, hands to heart center. Here we're going to bring a clasp back behind the sacrum, bending into the elbows. If this doesn't feel good in your body, you can bring your hands to opposite forearms, opposite elbows. Wherever you are, lifting your shoulders up, back and down. Inhaling, shining your heart towards the sky. Exhaling, folding in. Staying here for a breath or two. Bringing the shoulders out of the ears. Distributing your weight evenly in the toes and the heels. On your next exhale, hands coming towards the earth. Inhale, extending. Exhaling, folding in. Left leg comes back. Back knee to the earth, rising up Anjaneyasana. Exhaling, hands to the ground, slipping back, plank pose. Inhaling here, exhaling, lowering. And this time, hands will come out forward. So bringing your hands forward, grounding through the pelvis. On an inhale, lifting your arms, your legs. Breathing here. Inhaling. And then exhaling, letting it go. Hands come towards the low ribs, tucking the toes. We'll inhale, coming up through plank. And exhaling, downward facing dog. Breathing here, inhaling deeply. And exhaling completely. Inhaling deeply, filling the lungs. Exhaling, inviting release. One more breath just like that. And your next inhale comes, we'll lift our left leg. Exhaling, stepping forward. Back knee to the earth, rising up. Exhaling, cactusing the arms. Inhaling, blooming your heart open. Exhaling, rounding. Inhaling, opening. And exhaling, rounding. One more just like that. Inhaling. And exhaling. Inhaling, arms up to the sky. Exhaling, hands to the ground. Stepping forward, forward fold, top of the mat. On an inhale, extending the spine halfway. Exhaling, folding in. Inhale, coming all the way up to stand. Exhaling, hands to heart center. Beautiful, friends. Inhaling, arms out and up. Exhaling, forward fold. Inhaling, extending your spine halfway. Ooh, exhaling, folding in. I forgot a thing, so we're going to come through again. Inhaling, out and up. Thanks for your patience, friends. Exhaling, hands to heart center. All right, the clasp. Again, this time you're taking the opposite finger on top. Maybe you're taking the opposite arm on top. Wherever you are, shoulders coming up, back and down. Thanks for your patience with me. Inhaling here, looking up. And then exhaling, folding in with the clasp. Taking a moment here. Bring your weights into your toes and your heels equally. Letting your head hang heavy. Shoulders coming out of the neck, out of the ears. Exhaling, hands to the ground. Inhaling, extending your spine halfway. Exhaling, we'll step back with the right foot. Back knee comes to the earth. Rising up, Anjaneyasana, inhaling. And then exhaling, hands to the earth. Stepping back, plank. Lowering all the way to the ground. And here, arms will come back behind for right now. And we're just going to work on just the legs. So we're going to bend into the knees and ground through the pelvis. So grounding the front of the pelvis into the mat here. On an inhale, we'll lift our right leg only. And then exhale, setting it back down. Inhale, just lifting the left leg. And exhale, just setting that down. On an inhale, lift both legs. So just the legs, not the arms or the chest. And then exhaling, coming back down. It's unsatisfying. It might only be a little. If you're ready and you want to move forward, you can bring your hands to the ankles. You can also just come into Shalabhasana again. So your hands coming outside of the feet, the ankles here, grounding through the pelvis. And then inhaling, lifting through the legs, through the heart, looking forward, looking up. Bring your knees towards each other. Breathing here. Beautiful, friends. As you're ready, letting go. We'll make our way back into a child's pose here. And just taking a moment in your child's pose. Breathing in deeply, sending the breath all the way into the pelvis. Exhaling, letting go into the earth beneath you. Noticing the energy in the body. And breathing here. I'm just going to check in on time, see how we're doing with this class. Oh, we're doing great. So taking 3 more breaths wherever you are. And as you inhale, we'll come up through all fours. And exhale, we'll tuck our toes, lifting our hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Breathing here in your down dog, inhaling deeply. Exhaling completely. Inhaling deeply, filling the lungs. And exhaling, inviting release. One more breath here at your own pace. And on your next inhale, bring your right leg back up behind. Exhaling, stepping forward, low lunge. Our back heel will come to the ground here. And we'll rise up into our warrior 2. So bending deep into that front knee. Steely gaze over the front palm, front fingers, extending through both arms, nice and strong. And then pulling the mat apart with your feet isometrically. When you're ready, flipping the front palm, we'll lift it up and back, reversing the warrior. So nice, friends. And then if you'd like to, for today's purposes, we'll take our left arm back behind in a half bind. We'll inhale up. And exhale, we'll come into triangle pose with a half bind here. If that doesn't feel okay in your body, you're welcome to extend your arm towards the sky. Your hand can come to the inside of the shin here. It can come to a block outside of the foot or inside of the foot. It can come to the ground if that's in your body today. Wherever you are, getting long through both side bodies. If you have your elbow in towards you in the half bind, opening that heart. And bending into that front knee. Coming into side angle. Hand can stay on the ground here, or you can lift up. Bring your elbow towards your knee. As you're ready, unwinding, we'll lift up, inhaling through our warrior two. Bringing all 10 toes to the side here. We'll inhale, lifting our arms. And then bringing a clasp back behind. You can take opposite elbows. You can take your hands into a clasp. You can take opposite forearms. Inhaling, lifting your chest. And then exhaling, hinging in the hips to fold forward, wide-legged forward fold. Breathing when you get here, inhaling deeply. And exhaling completely. Lifting from the backs of your knees through the hips. Lifting from the sides of the feet through the outer hips. And then just imagining on each exhale that you could release from the base of the spine all the way through the crown of the head. Breathing here, inhaling deeply. And exhaling completely. As you're ready, bring your hands towards the ground, releasing the clasp as you had it. We'll walk our hands forward under the shoulders, inhaling, lifting halfway. Exhaling, we'll make our way to the front of the mat in a low lunge. Taking your vinyasa, you can always skip this if you want. Stepping back, plank pose, lowering to the ground. If you have another Dhanurasana in you, bending into the knees, taking the feet. You can take any back bend that might serve you here. And if you're doing this, pressing your hips, lifting up. Breathing here. Letting go when you're ready. Hands towards the low ribs, tucking the toes. Inhale, lifting up through your plank pose. And exhaling, downward facing dog. Beautiful, friends. 3 breaths here. Inhaling deeply. And exhaling completely. Inhaling deeply, filling the lungs. And exhaling, inviting release. 1 more breath, just like that. And as you're ready, inhaling, lifting your left leg. Exhaling, stepping forward. I'm going to flip around so that I can still see y'all. Dropping the back heel, pressing up into our warrior two. Deep bend in the front leg. Grounding through both feet. Being nice and long through both arms here. Beautiful. As you're ready, flipping the front palm, lifting up and back. Right arm can come behind the back in a half bind. Inhaling, straightening into the leg. And exhaling, coming forward into your triangle pose. Grabbing a block if you need it. Hand can stay in the half bind here, opening the heart. Getting long through both side bodies here, bringing your back of your core of the pelvis towards the back of the mat. And breathing. Inhaling deeply. And an exhale, we'll bend into the front knee for our side angle pose. So nice, friends. You can come up with your elbow onto your knee here if that feels better in your body. Grounding through that back edge of the back foot. And on your next inhale, we'll come up through our warrior two. All 10 toes will come to face the side here. Inhaling, arms coming out and up. Exhaling, taking the opposite clasp back behind you. So either the opposite forearm on top, opposite finger on top if you have a clasp. Shoulders coming up, back and down. Inhaling, bring the heart up. Exhaling, forward fold. Grounding through the toes and the heels. Bringing the shoulders out of the ears here. Shaking your head yes and no for a moment. Lifting from the backs of the knees all the way through the hips. Lifting from the sides of the feet through the outer hips. And then imagining on each exhale, you get just a release from the base of the spine through the crown of the head. When you're ready, releasing whatever bind you may have behind you. Bring your hands under your shoulders, inhaling, lifting halfway. Exhaling, crawling your hands to the front of their mat in a low lunge. Stepping back, plank pose. Skipping it if you'd like to. Inhaling forward, exhaling, lowering. Untucking the toes, coming back into the Dhanurasana or any other back bend that may feel right to you. Grounding through your pelvis here first. And then inhale, rising. And an option here today if you want to roll side to side, going on to one side, maybe extending long, coming up through center, going to the other side. That's not really in my body as much today. Oh, that was tougher. But just playing wherever you are, accepting whatever's here. When you're ready and you've had your good one, we'll release here. Hands can come into front of the forehead. And we'll just sway the feet side to side. Bring the feet towards the sky, if that feels right. And pressing forward, we'll make our way through a child's pose for a moment here. Holding in. And just checking in with your body, noticing what the energy is like now. And can we just accept that as it is? Whatever's here belongs here. Breathing in deeply. And exhaling completely. On our next inhale, we'll walk our hands back towards our knees. And then swinging the legs around in front. We're going to come into a very gentle version of a forward fold. We've done a lot of opening of the front body. Now we're going to open the back body a little. So this can be really gentle. You can bend into your knees as much as you like. You can interlace your opposite forearms underneath and just fold in, letting the top of the head drape towards the earth. If you're a kind of person who does want to take a little more, you can straighten into the legs. Hands can come to the earth. You can bring a strap around the toes. Choosing your adventure here. When you're ready, inhaling, crawling your hands towards you. And then exhaling, we'll make our way onto our back. We'll bring our knees in towards our chest here, giving them a nice squeeze. And as you're ready, we'll bring our hips towards the left, bring our knees over towards the right. Coming into a supine twist, your arms can outstretch alongside you in a T, or you can bring them into cactus if that feels right in your body. If it feels okay, bringing your gaze over your opposite shoulder to bring the twist into the thoracic spine. Breathing here, you're welcome to bring a prop underneath the knees or in between the knees here. Inhaling deeply, filling the lungs. Exhaling, inviting release. One more breath here at your own pace. And when your next inhale comes, bring your knees through center. Bring your hips to the opposite side. And then knees falling over accordingly. And And just noticing what your body needs here. Many times a different side of the body can be a different story. So just honoring what's ever here. As you're ready, knees coming through center, aligning the hips with the center. We'll make our way into our Shavasana shape. So coming down into a comfortable shape for you. You can be lying down. You can grab any props that might feel good. You can bring a blanket over your torso or over your body. And you're always welcome as well to end in a sitting meditation if that feels right for you. And I'm going to be in a seat here just to keep time. So just tuning in to what's right for you here in your Shavasana. And as we come through an invitation to come through this meditation from Thich Nhat Hanh. So just repeating to yourself with your breath as it comes. Breathing in, I know I am breathing in. Breathing out, I know I am breathing out. Breathing in, I know I am breathing in. Breathing out, I know I am breathing out. Breathing in, I know I am breathing in. Breathing out, I know I am breathing out. Breathing in, I see myself as a flower. Breathing out, I feel fresh. Breathing in, I see myself as a flower. Breathing out, I feel fresh. Breathing in, I see myself as a flower. Breathing out, I feel fresh. Breathing in, I see myself as a mountain. Breathing out, I feel solid. Breathing in, I see myself as a mountain. Breathing out, I feel solid. Breathing in, I see myself as a mountain. Breathing out, I feel solid. Breathing in, I see myself as still water. Breathing out, I reflect things as they are. Breathing in, I see myself as a mountain. Breathing out, I feel solid. Breathing in, I see myself as a mountain. Breathing out, I feel solid. Breathing in, I see myself as still water. Breathing out, I reflect things as they are. Breathing in, I see myself as still water. Breathing out, I reflect things as they are. Breathing in, I see myself as still water. Breathing out, I reflect things as they are. Breathing in, I see myself as space. Breathing out, I feel free. Breathing in, I see myself as space. Breathing out, I feel free. Breathing in, I see myself as space. Breathing out, I feel free. Now, as you're ready, starting to bring your awareness back into your body. An invitation to deepen the breath. And an invitation to bring some gentle movement back into the body, wiggling the fingers and the toes, maybe sloshing the head slowly side to side. As you're ready, making your way onto whichever side feels comfortable for you and pausing there for a moment, letting the nervous system settle. And just allowing some gratitude for yourself today, for your dedication to your practice, for your community. As you're ready, making your way into a seated position, coming slowly and letting the head come last. And then bringing your palms into heart center and Anjane Mudra here. We'll breathe in for the sound of Om, followed by Shanti, 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 meaning peace, peace, peace. Breathing in. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Your prayer to your third eye. We'll take a deep bow down to the expanse of love that resides within each and every one of our hearts. Namaste. Thank you, friends. I appreciate you being here. I hope that it served you. And my name's Carla. My pronouns are she, her, and I'm so glad to have shared this space and moment with you today that will never be the same again. Take good care. I'm around for questions if you have any.